Hi everybody! Today you're meeting me at Hazelbury School in Dorset, where we're creating a forest school area for the children. Earlier this year I came and did a bit of an introduction to trees and forestry to the kids, just to give them a little bit of a taster of what was coming. We talked about different tree species and the importance of trees in nature, but also kind of biodiversity and all sorts of nature related information. The kids were really interested in everything I had to bring, and they were inquisitive and were just asking loads of questions, so I know they'll be excited with the project starting now that we've done the groundworks. I'll show you now what it looks like prior to the work starting, and then we'll keep you updated as like the works are evolving. So here we've got a bit of the trees, which all of this is remaining, but there was a gap in the fence line, hedge line, which we're going to clear and plant a new hedgerow. Those trees were planted by the school a year or so ago, so we'll dig them up and we're going to replant them as part of the scheme. As you can see, there's a lot of blackthorn which is shot up, so we are going to remove those because here is going to be a fire pit area.
Morning, day 2 on the Dorset School project. It's looking pretty good. I'll show you kind of what we've been up to. So you can see all the blue stakes all marked out around there. That's the locations for the big trees. Non-blue stakes, locations for the little trees. We cleared out all the blackthorn yesterday. Oh, when I say we, that was Liz. It was pretty brutal job.
Loved it.
But yeah, got all the blackthorn cleared out, and then we marked out the fire pit area and the pathway, and then I got the fun job in it all, and I got to make a den. So we've got a big hawthorn bush at the back here, and apparently back in the day the kids used to have a little den in it, but it got way too thick, so they don't use it anymore. But the teacher said that the kids used to love it, so being a little boy at heart, I decided to redo them a den. So follow me. Kind of made them a little door entrance. And then yeah, like hollowed out the middle of this hawthorn bush. There's a beautiful birch in the middle. So open that up, that's gonna do great. Now it's been opened up. And then we'll spread some mulch around here and hang some little fairies and whatnot, and it can be like the new little kids den area. It's the most fun job I've done in months, to be honest with you. I loved it.
We've hired a mulcher, so the residue or the cuttings that we did from create opening the den is going to go back in there. And we've also got a local tree surgeon which will be donating some wood chips for the area just here. We're going to wood chip all the fire pit area and then create a fire pit centre and put some seating. Right, quick update from the school. As you saw earlier, Nick was using a little shredder, which a belt went on it, unfortunately. And when we got it here on site this morning, we kind of looked at the size of the timber that we had and the branches, and we actually thought that maybe we underestimated the size that we needed. So I've just gone back to the higher place and got something a little bit bigger. So whilst I'm here, I'll show you what Nick got up to whilst I did a little bit of a run around. So he's almost done de-turfing the fire pit area, and I got one of those to play with. Yeah, the pile got a little bit smaller even with the little shredder. We're shooting straight into the den area. It's amazing how little it creates of a pile once you get it shredded, but never mind.
Morning of day 3. Didn't get as much done as we hoped yesterday. Yet again, I took the nice job on the digger and Liz was stuck chipping. These chipping machines are awful. So I had breakdown with the first chipper. Belt went on it, so we had to take that back in and get a bigger chipper, which kind of put us behind schedule. But got the grass stripped for the fire pit and the mound built for the hedgerow at the back. And today we'll crack on. We'll have the mat down by the end of play today, and we'll go and start collecting the wood chip, and I've got to collect the fireplace rocks. So that's the plan. We'll see how well that goes.
So we're still in day 3 today. Nick gave you an update earlier of what was going on. As you can see, we've removed the digger now. We flattened, there were some big humps, I think, from where the school had previously planted some trees, which were just behind what is going to be fire pit area that I'm looking at here. So we flattened that out and compressed the hedgerow hump right here as well. And then we have put some mulch mat to suppress the weeds, which will eventually grow. We've got the wood chips coming later. And then right now, as you can see, we've sprayed the center of the fireplace or fire pit to be. So we're going to cut out that material wider than what the fire pit is going to be. Then we've got a company called JB Garden Services, who's a local garden company, who's donating some stones to help us with the project. And yeah, this is where we're at.
Day 4, skipped today yesterday because we were busy little bees. But yeah, pretty much all done. Got the fire pit area ready, seating, all the holes for the standard trees are dug. Just ready for the kids to come see it tomorrow, so they're gonna get involved tomorrow. Liz is gonna lead the charge on that, and there's 5 classes in the primary school, and each class is going to come out and help plant the rest of the trees, pat the soil down, and she'll do some educational info for them about tree planting and forestry. And yeah, pretty excited for the kids to see it. So looks a bit of a mess right now. We'll get a bit of footage around, and then we'll get some final footage when it's all finished.
Hi everybody, you're now meeting me on the last day of the School at Hazelbury Bryan project. We've completed the forest school area for them today. I had all the groups that came in for an hour each, and we planted all the standards that you can see behind me. Nick and I had finished the fire pit area. They also helped planting the hedgerow behind it. I put a little bit of snagging to organise before I tidy up and go and get my kids in the next 20 minutes. But yeah, we're really happy. I think all the kids really enjoyed it, getting involved, learning about what they were doing, the species of trees that we planted. So as you can see behind me, I've got some pears, a couple crab apples, 2 rowans, some wild cherries, excuse the planes, they're very loud, and 2 silver birch, so all native species. And the school had already planted some rowan, birch and cherries, so we've just added to what was already here. We've enhanced the hedgerow and gapped in between. As you can see, there was just a bit of a gap in between what was there and the existing area. And a big hit with the children has been the fairy den, which I'll go and show you in a minute. So this is it, we're all done. We're really grateful that the school allowed us to be involved with the project and create a new space for the children to learn about nature and do their forest school in. It's been really fun. Nick and I kind of made the most of the time that we could, and the weather was with us, which always helped. We've got some partners coming on board to help us fund the project, which is really kind. We're excited to let you know who helped us with this, and if you want to help us create more areas like this but also push back to biodiversity and create wild spaces, get hold of us, subscribe, like our videos. It really helps us push our message and create more areas like this. Thank you.